So, guys, I'm back. Sorry about what just transpired. They always say, yo, when you're about to get to greatness, things are always and obstacles are always coming out of the way. So, as you all know, we're here with Harville, and then all of a sudden, there was no more Harville on the screen. Get to find out that Slow Flow is actually giving us a fight, and then it wouldn't benefit us any much to bring back Harville because Harville has to beat the curfew to go in. So, he'll actually be back at some point, not tonight. He won't be back tonight, but he'll be back. I can assure you of that. So, guys, we're sorry for the inconvenience because I know that a lot of you guys were looking forward to having him on because he had questions for him and he wanted to know about the man himself, but that didn't get to transpire. And we at Sports Frenzzyy are really sorry about that because, as I said, I know you guys were looking forward to it, and because of little discrepancies that never get to materialize. But we here at Sports Frenzzyy, the show has to go on either way. So on that note, we're just going to discuss some football tonight. And Ryan is now here with me. Blessings, boss.
Blessings, viewers.
Sean was said I look forward to the interview with the boss, but that never get to happen.
Yeah, it is what it is. Just have
True.
to go on with the show.
Yeah, man. So we saw some midweek action in the Premier League. Some key matches. Some with some of the teams fighting for Champions League, while others are fighting for Europa League. I will look no further than starting with the first match yesterday. We saw Man United taking on Fulham. First match back at Old Trafford with fans, and boy, United got plenty of chances yet pushed them, but a lot of people are still talking about that screamer from Cavani. It was from about 40 yards or thereabouts, I believe. And it was a goal that was worthy for our fans that are actually returning. So it was a good goal to welcome them back, but this proved once again that the United defense is absolute garbage. Because as I said, they dominated Fulham right through it, but they couldn't convert the chances, and they kind of remind me of a team that Ryan support. They always get the chances, but there's no forward there to put the ball in the back of the net. And yes, people are going to say, "Oh, Cavani this, oh, Cavani that," but even our producer has had multiple arguments with people and saying that in order for United to reach to the top, Cavani is not the man to actually lead the line. Based on his age and all of that, he's not the man. But Ryan, did you see any of the game itself?
I saw some of that game yesterday,
All right,
as
what
I
you made
saw
of?
some of the game yesterday. So yeah.
All right, what you made of the match itself?
Well, from the bit that I saw, I basically subscribed to what you just said in the sense that United created a lot of chances, did not put them away, and as such, they did not run out victors because this should have been an easy game for Manu, based on the chances that they created and the possession that they had and such alike. So they would be disappointed that they did not win that game when they had the opportunities to do so.
But to be honest, though, I'm going to blame the coach on this occasion. Boss, I can't finish any higher than second, and you possibly can't finish any lower than second. Why is it that you're going to play a double pivot with McFred that you've been using all season? Why not just go full blunt attacking as much course would normally do at this point in time when this is basically a dead rubber right through it. So why is it that you're going into a game that Fulham is not basically, they are already relegated. So why is it that you're going to play cautious and not give more attacking players an opportunity? You've been saying that, oh, Van de Beek will get more game time and all that. This was the perfect match for a man like him to get game time. And guess what? It wasn't until the second half he actually brought him in the game. And if you're looking to build towards next season, right? This is the time that coaches generally blood players that they actually think that can impact the team come next season. When they say that they don't have much to play for, and then going into preseason. So this was a perfect opportunity for him to get in some minutes for players like Van de Beek, Ahmad, and all those players. I don't see the reason why a man like Rashford come off the bench. I don't see why Bruno started and all of that. And personally, my point of view, if you actually want to get the best out of Paul Pogba, take the man off of the left wing. Take him off of it. Place him back in the middle. Let him roam with one of the DM. You can't constantly keep on starting two DMs that two of them is two knucklehead. That's all I'm going to say. They're knuckleheads. Majority of times these two men just stand up like this, don't know whether to pass or not, and then Fred himself. See, other people are saying that he gets scapegoat, but Fred is that type of man that he actually win the ball, right? When it comes down to actually possessing it, what the man do with the pass? What the man do? Man just pass the ball back to your opponent. So it's basically win, pass back to opponents, and then you have Bruno. Rate your boy, but you need to work on the passing game because some simple little things that Bruno can patch up in his game that would actually make him cement his place as a world-class player. You can't keep on make this same mistake over and over and over, and then you expect that you're not going to be criticized. I myself went on his page and I actually cursed him out about it because, come on, man, you've been doing it all season long and sometimes it doesn't work out. You can't tell me that you're not educated enough to know that, boss, there's a simple pass in front of you and yet you can't make a simple pass. What sense does that make? Yes, we understand that you're a man that always look for the harder things to do, the harder passes. But come on, man, sometimes you can keep it simple because a lot of times this is what is required. Keeping it simple with good ball retention. Bruno lacks that, and going to next season, I hope he works on that. And it also goes to prove what the scouts had said about him, because the scouts had stated that he's a man that loses the ball very often, and it has proven to be true because we have seen him quite a lot over a year now, and they were actually quite right about it. But even so be the case, he needs to really improve on that because if he doesn't, then we're in trouble come next season. Not trouble in terms of not scoring, but in terms of if we want to challenge for the Premier League and also go deep into the Champions League. Ryan, do you agree with the sentiment that I just made about him?
Sure. But
Okay.
the thing with a player like Bruno, these things will happen because he's not a safe passer of the ball, which is why he has so much assists. He will try outlandish things to create chances. So these things will happen with Bruno.
No, but what I'm saying though, Ryan, sometimes there's a simple pass right in front of him, boss. Just do the simple things. Just do the basics because it's not all the time that you're going to have those passes that you can make that split defense that easily. Sometimes a pass is right next to you. Just keep it and do some ball retention before you go for the killer pass. Next up, yesterday we saw Leeds beating Southampton by 2-0. Leeds, who are just constantly climbing up the league, and they've done very well this season. For the first season back in the league, they have been very good. And a lot of people are saying that what is his name? Marcelo Bielsa should have gotten coach of the year. What's your take on Leeds themselves and their coach?
Well, Leeds is doing what I expected them to do. Finish somewhere in the mid-table, but above, within the 10th region and above, maybe like 8th or so. That's what I had them to finish. So they have done that. As it relates to Bielsa, we all know that Bielsa is a very good coach. He may not have won a lot of things due to the fact that he does not stay anywhere for any period of time, but he's a good coach. He has a good philosophy. For an old coach, he does play good football. You know, the older coaches, we tend to say that they are stale and they are outdated and so forth, but he plays good football. He evolves on his philosophy while maintaining his core principles. So as it relates to coach of the year, though, not so much.
I think it's a stretch.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
But he's a good coach, though. We have to give him that. And we just have to wait and see if he'll actually stay, because there are rumors that he would have left come the end of the season, but then I saw another report that he's actually going to sign a new deal with them. So let's just wait and see. But as I said, and as you said, he's a coach that is good. He's a good coach. But in terms of players, you might look at Leeds and say they need better quality players. That's the thing. And if they can improve in the transfer market and get in some decent players, because you notice that they hit a slump when Calvin Phillips went down injured the other day, and they didn't really had a decent backup.
And mid-season as well, when he got an injury, he got like a 5-game injury within the mid-season thereabout, and they went off.
I remember that they had to be doing interchange between Pascal Struik and
yeah.
So
Shackleton and Monday.
And then if you look at those players in comparison to him, it's like chalk the cheese, man. So they need to strengthen that here. And do you actually think that they would possibly need another striker with Bamford missing goals goals so often?
Well,
or you think they more need a creative outlet in the midfield?
They do need another striker because the Spaniard guy, what's Moreno?
Rodrigo.
Sorry, Rodrigo, not Moreno. Rodrigo.
Yeah, man, that's his name though, man. Rodrigo Moreno.
Oh, sometimes I call it Moreno. I mix him up with the other one from.
Yeah, man, I understand.
Yeah, because of the whole first name, last name thing. So yeah, I think he can be moved on because he does not fit Bielsa's philosophy, even though he scored 2 recently, but that is late season so that not really count.
No, but all right, Ryan. I read something the other day from, I believe it was a Leeds journalist, and he was saying that Rodrigo was bought as a striker, but if you actually notice, majority of the matches that he has played this season, he hasn't played as a striker. He has more played as a number 10 because they don't have a player to actually play in that position. So they have to use him as a makeshift number 10. And he's saying that the first area that they should strengthen is the attacking mid area because they don't have anyone in that area.
I think when he was at Valencia, right, the season before he came, I think he only had like 4 goals in the league, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and he was poor, very poor.
Yeah, so it's not like he was prolific coming into Leeds, and it's not like he was a true number 9 coming to Leeds.
True.
So he was that type of striker who can play striker and can also play off the striker. So, and he was not that prolific, and I don't see where it fits into the Bielsa philosophy. So they need to move him on and get somebody else that can rotate with Bamford or play with Bamford.
Yeah. And we're not joined by our African brother, long distance brother, Chris Lynch. Welcome, boss. You've been missing for the show for the longest while.
Welcome, my boss. Welcome, Ryan.
Yes.
All right. No, Sarah, we don't beat on the bush now. We're going to throw it right in the ants nest as we speak, Chris Lynch. So, Brighton getting a 3-2 victory over Man City. And guess what? Just as he came in, he jumped out. But Brighton getting a 3-2 victory over Man City. And the man that we saw as a salt factory, that's Sherwin, he actually got this one correct. So as Shakes pointed out on the previous live, that it seems that Bones has come back with a bang. And he got this one correct because he said that they would have won the game, and so said, so done. Your take on the City against Brighton game, Lynch?
City, this was basically what you would call a dead rubber. City has only one mission now, and that is to win against Chelsea in the Champions League. But I'm sure they would have still wanted to keep that winning record going and keep winning games and not try to sell much. But Brighton, I would say on the break of play, they showed up and played. Nevertheless, it's a nothing game. They showed up and really played. So that's the Premier League. I think that's why we love the Premier League, because it's competitive like that, and teams like Brighton, even though have nothing to really play for, will come and beat Manchester City.
And the man himself is just here right in time. So I said he had predicted Brighton to win, but here's someone in the comment section actually telling me that he actually predicted 3-2 as well. So, Bones, seems that you have now the color, man.
You predicted the restaurant to Bones?
Huh?
You put it the red card too.
No. But, as it go back down to the fact that me think City already win the league, and there's nothing to play for in the league. What they really want now is a Champions League. So that energy that they would give you in the league right now is probably none and void for me if you ask me. So that's why you're kind of going with them losing their last 2 games of the season. I'm still going to stick with that. But what I can't understand is why Pep and the Brighton manager fight after the game. We can't see that. Like Pep would have killed him man after a game, like seriously, like
Sherwin,
yeah.
you think is the split that he was puffing the previous evening still in his head?
Well, probably, yeah, probably. You understand? Probably that's still in our head. But honestly, like the man that kill him, man, and the man just stand up with the like, what the hell Pepper talk about? Like, what this a man here do? Understand?
And I
But
thought you know that he's actually a gentleman though. That same Graham Potter fellow.
yeah, he definitely is because he never really react to Pep none at all. You know, the man just stand up with the clueless like. Our Pep really a talk about. You understand? But
But it is said that it's said that is a member of Pep coaching team actually started it.
Oh, okay.
Who started what?
The fight.
Whatever happened. But
The only fight that makes sense yesterday was the only fight that makes sense yesterday was the game when I reached here. When I reached here, so we'll talk about that.
Oh boy. So here's Demo in the comment section saying that you know what I found out? The world is saying how Diaz come improve City defense drastically, but City has conceded 32 goals with a game to go, and last season they only conceded 35 without Diaz.
How much points City get last season as well? About 81, so they're basically on par with their last season performance.
Yeah. Me think what happened. Me think what happened this season in terms of City winning the league is that clubs that you expected to challenge them for the league. They drop a whole heap of unnecessary points throughout the season.
If you look at the table, you know, it's consistent with last season for the other clubs. Chelsea ended on 67 points. Man U improved a little bit, got 70 odd points. Leicester was about the same, 60 odd points. So it's basically Liverpool that fell off. City hasn't really improved in any drastic way. They're basically on par with their last season performance.
Yeah.
But
basically, what City has done though is replace a company.
Yeah.
So basically was a company replacement. So in terms of the performance in general, when you look at the table and the goals and the goals conceded, it's basically on par for City and for most of the teams below them.
Ryan, does it negate the fact that Dean was actually making that? They conceded 32 so far with a game to go, and last season they only conceded 35. So
I answered it. I said that he replaced company.
No, but
to Dean's
so
point,
it's not like him. It's not like Diaz came in and elevated City.
No,
itself.
but Ryan, that is what Demo is saying. That a lot of people are saying that.
But then also you have to look outside the league as well, because even though City may not have improved to any great degree within the league, they have improved in Europe.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, Levan. I think Dino is missing the point that most people probably making that. Because if you never look at Europe, and Diaz was really great in those games. So you can't look at it by the league. I think Demo. I don't think most people is saying the league is that's really significant difference. Because it would have probably make a difference last season than I think Diaz made to the league this season.
But then there's also unwanted record that they might not want, because if they lose to Everton on Sunday, they are going to be the only team to ever lose more than 6 games. I don't think they want that record as a champion.
All right, for the people that are joining for the people that are joining the podcast late, so what happened is that we actually started off with Arfield, but because of slow flow and had to beat it home before curfew, that didn't matriculate. It was said to, well, it started, and as I said, because of that, he got kicked out, was trying to get back in, but that never materialized. So sorry about that, guys, and we shall have him back sometime soon. Can't say when yet, but we'll have him back sometime soon. But we'll continue. Next up, well, before I move on, was it a red card or not? Anyone of you
Cancelo.
guys?
I can
Yeah.
see why it was given as a red, because it appears as if he was locking into his arm. But I can see why it may seem as the player trying to sell it.
Mm.
So
You agree
it
with
can
that?
go either way for me.
You agree with that, Lynch?
Just how the game is playing these days, I guess the referee rule say it's a red card. Whether we think it's soft or not, it's just what it is.
Sherwin?
1v1, no red card. I watch it right now. No red card.
So, wouldn't you look at it from a standpoint that it's last man? Because that is what the referee was judging it by now. It is last man, and he's stopping a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, me understand that.
Rules of the game, Sherwin. It's rules of the game. That's why the referee is what he's seeing at the moment, and just because he's the last man, like Levan pointed out.
All right, let me be 100% on this. Red card. All day long. As long as the rule says that as long as it's a last man foul and you're stopping a clear goal scoring opportunity, you can't argue.
That never clear. That never no clear.
It was clear, man. The man was cutting into the box. Come on, man.
No.
That was a red card.
He was on goal.
It wasn't a clear goal scoring opportunity. Him still have a defender. He still have a next centre back come across, which he would have come across, and he still have
not necessarily.
But the rules don't
sure
come across enough.
The rules don't come coming across.
Yeah, I know that.
You can't use that then if you know.
Me know that.
So
you can't use it then if you know.
So your point makes zero sense then, because if you know the rules, then why are you going to bring up that?
Why the hell me can't see back here again? Me are trying to see.
All right, then stop watching. Let's move on. Next up, we saw Chelsea getting a 2-1 victory over Leicester, and Timo Werner was so disappointed with his first half. He actually thought he scored twice, but both were ruled out.
Man, salt your fruit.
I'm going to give this one to Ryan, because Ryan came on here and he called this one and he said that it would have finished 2-1, so said so done. Alidan said it would have finished 2-0. But Ryan, you got this one correct, I have to say.
Well, it was a good game by Chelsea. In typical Chelsea performance, score goals that were offside and miss chances that were not offside. So it was a typical Chelsea performance, and I'm glad that we found a way to win the game, even though we outplayed them, and in the last 15 minutes we had to go into game management mode to not concede an equalizer, which we could have, because Perez got a clear chance and somehow managed to miss, thankfully. But yeah, good win, good 3 points now, just in our own hands going into the last round. And hopefully we can see off Aston Villa and get third position.
Hopefully Aston Villa can do me a favor again.
And if Aston Villa does you a favor, hopefully Tottenham can do me a favor.
No, man, Tottenham season over.
Kane season over.
That's Kane. Kane is going to score probably 2, but guess what? Iheanacho is going to answer back with 2, and then Vardy pop up with a late winner.
Exactly.
Earlier today, we saw Everton getting a 1-0 victory over Wolves. Somewhat well, this was a game where any team could have won. Both of them have been poor all season long. Everton started off good until Ames got injured, and then from he got injured, the season started going downhill. But they got a 1-0 victory through through the man that they call the fake Brazilian Richarlison. Sherwin.
It was somewhat of a game that I think I would probably have said it could have gone anywhere because both teams that really, spicing up the league in the latter part of the season here. Could Wolves have gotten a penalty in the second half? Probably. VAR just seemed to have. No, typically today, let me tell you something about today. I get a chance to watch the game then today. VAR dash with every single appeal today. Everyone across all like game then today. I couldn't believe, like seriously, like every appeal, like VAR just decided today that anything the referee say, and that gonna happen. I tell you. But Wolves could have gotten themselves a penalty with the self-proclaimed handball in the box, and another day probably. But expected victory, hard-fought victory from Everton, and it keeps their hopes alive for Europa League, and that's good for that club.
I'm going to ask a follow-up question on that topic. So, you said that Real Madrid are hovering around for a coach. With Ancelotti at the fall at Everton, and Everton not really pulling their weight as they would have expected and all of that. Do you feel that you actually take out the mantle at Real Madrid if Real Madrid come a calling?
Again?
You may never know, Football is all about recycling.
I don't see Ancelotti dipping down to Everton level and then going back up to a Real Madrid level at his age.
It's just a genuine question that us out there, that this could be a possibility.
I think Ancelotti now is at the stage where he's no longer an elite coach.
Yeah, and me think and not let's look past.
He's what in his 50s now?
Yeah, I believe he is.
Yeah, and look past Ancelotti too. Would Real Madrid really want to go back for Ancelotti when you have close like what the guy name? Oh no, I have problem I pronounce name. The guy from Bayern.
Oh, Hansi Flick.
Yeah, him out there on the market, and it seems like even though him linked heavily with the German squad, me did I read something today where it seems like Real Madrid approach him already to take over.
Barca.
Yeah, Barca.
Yeah, it's actually Barcelona, but
yes.
Sherwin, to answer the question though, that man is not taking another club job. That man is going to the German national team.
That you want.
That is what is going to happen, boss. Me not ask you. Tell you.
Yeah, we know that you want.
Sherwin, listen, I might be here in Jamaica, but I'm kinda a German still,
Who you would have prefer? You are Mr. Flick right now, and you get the chance to score fit coach Barca or Germany. Where you do?
Germany.
Move your butt. I should have asked somebody else. They're not you.
Remember, Flick is a German enough, so
yeah,
maybe
Germany means more. This man forget.
Maybe Germany means more to him. Coaching his country might mean more to him.
Well, you know what? You have a point. Because Germany normally give their managers time. Them not really give them one or two one World Cup. They actually, you might have a point still. You might have a point this time.
So let me ask you the question. You going to Barcelona, are you winning the World Cup with Germany? Which one do you choose?
That is a tough question.
Not a pancake.
Why you don't give him something to win at Barcelona? Why you can't say Germany winning the World Cup?
Yeah, with that team.
Champions League versus World Cup.
I will go for the Champions League because
I am a German.
It's easier to win the Champions League than to win the World Cup.
And I am a German.
Especially when you with that German team.
I'm just putting you in the position that Flick is in there. So Flick is a German, so you are now a German. What are you going to do?
Well, I take the World Cup, because I'm a hero in my country, I know.
So why you gonna crucify me for picking the man? You just contradict your own self, boss.
We can argue your point to say that is you're just putting cards in your head that Germany can win the World Cup next year. Take that card out of your head,
boss.
No, we can't tell you that.
Boss, I'm going to be a realist. Germany is a favorite. You can't go around that. You can't be It's factual.
World Cup.
They're one of the favorites to take the World Cup.
Like in the top 10?
Yeah, that's what you don't hear what I said. One off.
No, I'm asking you how far. How far does one of go?
Top 6.
Top 10.
6.
Don't know about that.
Remember that England now win not in so you know about the country I put
It don't matter. Even if we don't win, we still are gonna be higher favorite than you.
But let's move on. Newcastle getting a 1-0 victory over Sheffield United, and Joe Willock scored for the 6th successive game, and he's the first player that is 21 years or under 22 that has done this feat. So Sherwin had said last week. He's the first player under 22 years old that has scored in 6 successive matches in the Premier League.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the other day, Sherwin had said that he's valued at what, 35 or 36?
35 for some club, 36 for some club, 36 in Tottenham.
So you're telling me, so you're telling me that he's actually brushing the 50 million figure now?
Easily. 45 million no want now. So all who never want him last week, goose get cooked. Because a 45 million we want. Hey, and listen, and only the fact, all right, fun and joke aside, it's not only the fact that he has scored 6 goals in Lynch. And who he scored them against? The man scored against all of the teams them in the top 6 right now. Liverpool, City, West Ham, Leicester. And then team the man score against, Sheffield are the smallest team in the pack where man score against, So and when do is in pull, the man help basically pull Newcastle out of a situation when he got there probably relegation to being safe in the league. You get what I said? He is English, he is 21 years old. Why not? All right. 45 million I put it over the bridge. But at least 30 million Arsenal.
Who is support again? Which international team is support?
Me?
France. He's a French fan, man.
Me win the last World Cup, brother. And I go win the next one. And I go win Euro summer.
Think of England is support because me gonna tell you say the Willock is not short of PR because me know the English media going to jump on him.
But to answer this question from David Smith.
Which area in Canada you live?
Yes, David Smith asking me, winning the Champions League 4 years straight or winning one World Cup as a coach, which would you choose? Going to say it again, I'm going to choose the World Cup. First of all, of my country, I'm going to take that over Champions League.
Hey, first of all, the World Cup only come every 4 years, so you can't win one every 4 years. So,
all right, and it's highly unlikely that any team will ever do that feat. Real Madrid did what? 3 years?
Yeah.
That not happening again. But Lynch, producer says I should calm down. Carefully talk about the English
Chelsea
team.
win the 29th, go happen again.
Jesus.
Yes, I will never go down the line because boy Ryan just saw from the other day. But anyways, Sherwin, here's a fellow Arsenal fan saying that he will not be sold. That's Joe Willock. He's saying that Joe Willock will not be sold because your coach actually didn't want him to leave.
Him not go sell him and him go stifle his career there Arsenal because he not go play.
But he played a few games at you and he never look all that sprightly either way. The thing that people should realize is that some players just fit into teams that they're not really expected much of. For instance, Jesse Lingard, you see how good he's doing at West Ham. Guess what? The expectations are not as high when you're playing for Man United. Although Joe Willock's situation is a bit different because he's playing for no, that's not the reason. That's not what I'm going to go to. No, the thing in Lynch is that Newcastle is a mid-table club. Arsenal is also a mid-table club, so you should actually do well for them.
You're going too far now.
that doesn't mean it's that tough, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Earlier on today, also we saw Tottenham losing 2-1 to Aston Villa, and there was Harry Kane walking around the field and waving. So does that actually signal that he's leaving Tottenham coming?
Yeah, for City.
You're wishing Hurricane goodbye. You really need him.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
But City in a driving position to get him, I know, man.
You don't need him?
No, man. Honestly, no.
Yo,
He's going to the
Lynch.
You
If
know why?
ask me,
I have some reasons why. Number one,
Injury.
as Bone said, I just honestly think that City are the one who are actually going to get him.
yeah.
Oh,
But that's not the reason for that still. The reason why I don't really want Kane is that I prefer signing Sancho and that's my striker. That's what I want.
But
all
yeah,
I can tell you is Hurricane to Man City means no one else winning the league for a good
Right
time.
there.
That's what it
that's
means.
true. That's a true.
You
Anyway,
may never
That's
know.
what it will mean for that league.
and that regard, by saying that, Lynch, I'm gonna say this. There's only one team in the big six that doesn't need a striker, that doesn't need a forward. That is Tottenham, because they already have Hurricane. The other 5 clubs need a Hurricane. Me I tell you that. Just look on the other 5 clubs. Chelsea, Arsenal.
I disagree with
Man
you though. I disagree with you.
So which club? Which Liverpool definitely
No,
need a
Man
Hurricane.
United need a striker, man. Man
I don't
United
want
need
him.
a striker.
No,
You
you
know
don't
what?
want him, but the team needs him. The team
Yeah.
will
No,
take.
the team doesn't need him.
You don't want him.
Really?
I
He
would
doesn't
love
need him.
to need him
Levan,
because I just
Levan.
don't want him to end up at City.
Exactly. Levan, let me drop me here too for Man U right now. Zin, if Manchester United did have Hurricane this season, probably the title will go down to the very last day. May I tell you that?
You hear the keyword that they use? Probably.
Probably.
I don't need Kane. You know why? I am a firm believer in one Mason Greenwood.
I don't want you to get
If
Kane.
I
I
bring in,
don't believe in him. He
You
not
know that
gonna win the
type,
league.
yeah.
listen,
Levan,
about
you-
listen. Oh, listen. I look at things logically, right? I'm not going in a fairy tale world. If I sign Kane, my right hand side is still going to be empty. I don't have anybody over there right now. So even if I sign Kane, that's it for the spending for the summer now because
So
Kane is going
you
to
will not
cost.
play Greenwood
All
over
right.
there.
Boss, Greenwood is not a right winger. The man's supposed to be a
Okay.
striker, and that's where he should be played. And let me point out this. You see, if it's United actually going for Kane, if other clubs in the top 4 will probably get him for 150, at 200 million, I look on this because Levy will come within one bag of taxes. I know how this thing works. So why would I spend 201 player? Why? I'd rather take it and invest what? Call it the 100 in Sancho.
That's what the
Listen,
protest
listen.
was about.
Anyway, you have a better
Yo, listen.
chance. You have a better chance of getting him than me.
Yeah,
Oh, me?
because I London thing. Leave me not
politics
saying to no London club. None at
Yeah,
all.
but as I said though, for me, Greenwood through the middle. That's what I want.
But can Greenwood lead you to a Premier League title, brother?
What's to stop it?
Okay. Today I wish the
Sure.
19
Listen, boss. Listen, so you're telling me that you've seen him as a finisher, right? How would you rank Greenwood as a finisher in the Premier League? In terms
Out of
of
20?
placing top 5.
5
Would
million
he be in your top 5 finishers in the league?
right now?
Yeah.
6.
Let me ask you a question, Levan.
6.
You would start Greenwood as your main striker next season.
Yes.
You're going to put a pressure. You're going to put the weight of Manchester United on the shoulders of a 19-year-old.
I see where he has been through a lot.
No, but to lead the line, to play and score in a few games is one thing. But to lead the line for a club that is challenging in Europe and in the league with such prestige
Much is
is
expected.
another thing.
Yeah, but
really
I can also counter that.
Remember, he's
Hold on,
19
Ryan.
and his body don't develop yet,
Ryan, look at this now. If I had another creative piece in Jadon Sancho to my lineup, wouldn't Greenwood have more opportunities to score than he doesn't? Because remember that he's mostly played as a right winger, and even when he plays as a right winger, he creates a lot of chances. I could also argue that when Borussia Dortmund took the chance on Haaland, they gave him the chance at a young age. Look at Kylian Mbappe. He's probably, you could say, is the best footballer in the world.
But that's Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund is a team that builds players.
Notice. I move on from Dortmund and I said Kylian Mbappe. If you look at him, he led France line at World Cup. at a very tender age. So what's the big deal? Why can't Greenwood do the same? Boss, you see me personally, as long as the player is talented enough and I see where they can hold their own, I don't see no reason why I'm not going to blood him.
Honestly, my honest opinion, again, hatred of Manu aside, I think Manu just need to fix two problems and then we challenge. Get
Defensive
Hurricane,
midfielder.
get Hurricane and fling with Fred.
Defensive midfielder. That's why I was saying that if we are going to buy Kane, we're going to spend $200 million. Watch Ryan. Look at the play. If I sign Kane, right, that's 200 million. I'm not going to start out defensive mid position. I'm not going to start out right wing. And I'm not going to start out centre back. So what is going to happen? Do I have to go into every match and thinking of outscoring opponents? We don't want that, boss. So if you understand the standpoint that I'm coming from, that $50 million extra if United want Kane. So if he was going for 150, you know it's at 200 United to pay. So
if not Kane, who are looking at outside of Greenwood? You still need a striker.
Yeah, need a striker.
Because you lack experience, you have to get someone.
All right,
only Watkins.
All right, so I saw some news earlier today that they're targeting Danny Ings. Genuine interest. United.
Oh, because I saw City for Ings as well.
No man, United. I saw where it said that United are genuine interest in him. And
yes, okay, people, you really want Ings way more injury prone than Hurricane.
Remember that he's not going to play every game. He's basically going to play as a backup. That's the thing.
Okay.
Levan, let me understand this. You know why Hurricane because of the amount of money where you're going to spend. No. That is the reason why, right?
No. A striker is not a necessity. There's other positions that need to be sorted out instead of the striker position. That's just me. And I just pointed it out. A right winger and a defensive midfielder is a must.
I'm going to go with Oli Watkins. Just him and the coach have the same name. Oli.
All right, let's move on. Aston Villa actually got a 2-1 victory over them, and Oli Watkins actually scored. And a lot of people are saying that he's average. He's not good enough.
A conversation.
And I disagree with that. I think he's a decent player. I've seen him long enough. You're one of them.
Yeah,
but it was another guy that who said that this man can't score. He changed his tone enough. First, the man said that Watkins won't score over 10 goals in the Premier League. Watkins has gone and he has scored over that. Now the man has also gone on to say that, oh, does he have 15 in the league yet? So he has changed his argument from that to this. So
does he?
He has 14 currently.
Okay.
With a match to go.
With a match to 14. Go, yeah.
14, and also point out that he missed a couple matches.
Going to kill him for 1 goal.
Yeah, kill him for
so
1
it's a match to get 1 goal. But
if you have 19 goals and the season with 19 goals, you don't have a 20-goal season.
Yeah, I
know that.
Okay.
Come on, Ryan.
Common sense, sorry. Look better than that.
But, no, you have 1 goal, so man, I tell you how 1 goal can be critical.
So Chris, what do you make of Watkins?
Watkins?
Yeah.
Like I echo your sentiments. Decent player. Have a little time for him. Obviously have talent, so I can't pressure him on the 15 goal like what Ryan looked like.
But guess what, Lynch? You know that Ryan rate Bamford over him?
Hell no, Ryan, really?
Yeah.
No, brother.
I don't know. Maybe because I've been watching Bamford coming up through the academy and.
Because Bamford's a Chelsea man. Go man. You think you don't know about now?
That's what I said. I've been watching Bamford for years. And I had expectations of Bamford, and Bamford is now fulfilling the expectations to an extent. So maybe that's why.
Hey, let me tell you. You see the thing about Oli Watkins? He will run from minute 1 to minute 98.
There's sure when there's Kason agreeing with you. Kason is saying that Watkins, a very decent striker, will run the channel all day.
How much assists Bamford have? I mean, Watkins have.
And
tell me what Bamford have.
Yeah, put up on the spot, so man, we know a man goal. Put up on the spot on life. So
I can't go look for tweeting about him, Buffalo.
All right, let's move on from that.
Bamford has more assists than the same Watkins.
Yeah, because there's a bigger difference between both. Yo, Ryan, you know Bamford is a target man.
Yeah.
Watkins is not. So
Five
that's the
Yeah,
big
so
difference.
why Bamford, who is the target man, have more goals than the man who is not the target man then?
Because
He have
a
five
target man is
assists.
going to be in the box more often than that
Hey,
guy.
What
Ryan,
is Bamford's
Ryan,
primary role? To put the ball in
If
the
you look,
net.
Ryan, if you look
And
at Watkins through the season, you see
all right.
Watkins plays one static position.
No,
Okay.
Bamford does not. Bamford is a target. You're saying normally target man have less assists, remember that?
Not necessarily, because
Target
target man
man
can knock down the box.
generally.
No.
Yes,
But
the target man
look,
generally. Last year, how much
Ryan,
assists Kane had? 2.
Ryan, look
Last
at it.
year, Kane had 2 assists.
Okay,
How much
Kane has this
assists?
season?
How much assists Calvert-Lewin have this season? 1 or 2?
No. Since as you're going to use the Kane argument, Kane is a target man. How many assists Kane has this season?
No, I mentioned last season. Kane role last season has changed dramatically going into this season.
It doesn't negate the fact that he's a
Kane
target man.
Kane is not a target man. Kane hasn't played as a target man this season.
How much assists does he have?
He has what, 13 in the league.
Okay.
13 in the league,
But
22
Kane
goals.
did not play as a target man this season.
Okay.
Hey,
But I'm saying to you that a target man,
listen, the difference
a target
between,
man generally has less assists than a player who is not a target man.
yeah, but the difference between Bamford and Watkins in terms of numbers is really not much, because Bamford have 7 assists, 16 goals, played 37 games, and Watkins have 5 assists, 14 goals, played 36 games. So, if you compare the two in terms of
what they're saying, Sherwin, that Bamford, who is basically an experienced player in the Premier League, vis-a-vis Watkins, who is a novice, first season in the Premier League.
Experience?
Yeah.
Go again?
Bamford is an experienced player in the Premier League?
Of course. With Middlesbrough, say Bamford they run long time now. Bamford was
Isn't it like the second season? He had one with Middlesbrough?
Yeah, I remember with Middlesbrough.
Yeah, so he's not experienced. Like
but
that.
he still has more
that's
experience.
That's like saying Billy Gilmore is an experienced player in the Premier League because he has 3 seasons.
No, but in terms of playing time, come on, Ryan, don't argue along that line, man. Why are you going simplistic? But let's move on. We saw Arsenal getting a 3-1 victory over Crystal Palace earlier today. I saw this man posting all over about Nicolas Pepe and all of that, but Gabriel Martinelli is who I'm happy for. That is the player that I have time for.
Yes.
Floor is all yours, Sherwin.
It was a nervous performance. With earlier results going Arsenal's way in the morning, and with Europa League and the line up to the point where Martinelli scored. It was a nervous performance from them. Again, we go back to our poorness in defending set pieces that has continuously had an effect on us all season. But me just have to give a thing, Levan. I mean, no, probably the last Monday or so, we probably do this again in terms of averaging out your personal club. But to be honest, I've been looking at it, and there's only 2 clubs that did that will probably do better, and it depends on result on Sunday, right? That will probably do better than Arsenal since December, and that is Manchester United with 45 points and City with 57 points to Arsenal's 44 points. So it was all about that one run between beating Manchester United and winning against Chelsea in December, that in between period that really caused Arsenal to be in this position. But the game today was a nerve-wracking game. I am happy that Pepe, with the pressure that he has been under, really came out and scored 2 goals, and the last goal was a beauty. Took on the entire defense and scored. But as Levan said, I have to give everything and my 150% support to Mr. Martinelli, the Brazilian. That guy, as every Arsenal fan you might ask out there, he deserves to be in the team. He looks much better than Aubameyang, and he deserves to be there. And I'm very happy. It was a well-taken goal. To latch on to the pass from Odegaard to get it under control and to just slot it home was very beautiful, very calm, just as an experienced striker. So I was really happy for him, and really thankful that Arsenal got the 3 points. But no, let me tell you something. Me I got my bed go pray hard so Arsenal lose Sunday. Me I tell you that. It better me play Premier League, FA Cup and League Cup alone than go play Europa Conference League. Me I tell you that. I'm not playing no Conference League. Me I tell you that. So me hope Arsenal get 6 on Sunday. Coming out playing a Conference League. Okay, me we finish 15th. We all finish all 16th if you want, 17th if you want. But
Okay, could you stop
nah,
with the
you
exaggeration,
know,
please?
You still can win. You still can win and finish outside the conference league position. No
Okay,
worries.
so let's point out. All right. So yes, Christopher RV, one of our commenters, saying that Arsenal win 9th place, Arsenal draw 9th place, Arsenal lose 9th place.
yeah,
Sad time.
and to help out Christopher is that it's just that one period between beating Manchester United and winning and beating Chelsea. That in between period, that was Arsenal's problem. 2 wins out of that period.
I disagree with Chris at one part when he said sad times. It's good times.
No, shut up. Because you come from London.
Very, very good times. I agree.
And you're a Manchester United fan. So
quickly, let me get this in. So the basketball playing tournament is going on, and Chris Lynch is surely one fella that is tuned into it. So the Grizzlies are taking on the Spurs, and as we speak, with 9 seconds to go, Grizzlies are leading 99-96. Jonas Valanciunas and Dylan Brooks has had a brilliant game for them. Chris, I think like you freeze.
No, I'm not freeze. Me don't listen what you say.
Yeah, man. So Valanciunas and Dylan Brooks have stepped up big time for Grizzlies tonight. Are you watching it?
No, me don't follow it early on. Me don't follow it early on because the winner of this game play the loser of the Golden State Lakers game.
Boy, you know, so you more Lakers play them because more beat a little more students. Well, LeBron.
Boy, America loves playoffs so much. They have a playoff for the playoff.
In tournament. Seriously? Who does that?
That's how you make money.
The thing that eat and move on, man.
So we're going to finish up with a few fixtures about the Premier League. So Liverpool got a 3-0 victory over Burnley today, and they kicked Leicester out of the top 4. And Leicester this is the first time this season that Leicester is actually not in the top 4. So Lynch, I'm sure you as a Liverpool man is actually happy that you're now back in Champions League contention.
Yeah, terrible season. After having such a season, then you have to give thanks that we even end up in this position right now to finish in 4th. We have our own destiny in our hand. After drawing that game to Newcastle, I really thought we gave it away then. But I guess Leicester let us back in and Chelsea let us back in, and we are happy to be here because it's not a good season. If you look at the team and you look at how many changes coming and all of that, it's just not a good season. Don't have Henderson, don't have none of our basically leaders in the team at the moment, and Allison keep us alive again against West Brom. So this game today was just like a semi-final game basically. They needed to win. A draw wouldn't even help them basically. They just needed to win this one, and they did that. They did that greatly. I think only one thing was missing was Salah not scoring and try to get the go-ahead goal for the Golden Boot.
But you know, me as a fan out here disappointed though, because I was so looking forward to that, boss. The build-up Europa League for this coming season, you know, Juventus.
Alisson goal change everything.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And there's absolutely nothing that is going to stop them from getting there.
That alone tells us they're going to get it.
That is destiny. That Alisson goal where we should finish.
I think that's going to be the difference between Europa and Champions League.
And that is the exact reason why to beat some others, because they know he was going to leave West Brom. So, boss, why couldn't just go out on a high note? We have to go out on a sad note. But
honestly, me think some surprise did it between the three teams come Sunday. You know, like it'll go be a nerve-wracking 90 minutes come Sunday. Like me feel say some mix, some surprising mix. I got in a hit come Sunday. To be honest, could it be Chelsea dropping?
You were saying Tottenham. Oh, Tottenham is not. Oh, Tottenham still have a chance for Europa, you know.
Yeah, Tottenham still have a chance for Europa, but they play in Leicester, so that's why.
But that's why I don't think it's going to be easy for Leicester.
West Ham.
And plus,
Ryan Mason basically probably want to keep this job, so he's probably trying his best to make sure.
But West Ham has an easier game too.
But here's this man who has been crying out in the comment section to big up Nat Phillips. Well, to be fair to him, all season long from VVD went on injured and Gomez was saying that Nat Phillips was the one that should have gotten game time, and he's proven to be a good player. He has stepped into the back line and he has looked at home, to be honest. So yeah, man. Me now become a Liverpool player still now, so
I don't rate him like man.
Lynch.
Big up to Nat Phillips. It was a brilliant header today to take the pressure off our backs, because it was a goal to go 2-0 up. So it was a good goal at the time in the game. And we could have played more. We could have played
second
more.
goal for the season.
Yeah, man, and talk about it that he marshaled the backline very well, because every ball that came into the box, he was first and to clear it.
Yeah, he was very alert today. He played a solid game today. He was very alert.
Yeah, man, he played well at both ends of the field. And also in the match against United, he was probably Liverpool's best player.
He did a clearance off the line again today. So he did one in Manchester United game, and then he did one today again. Took a goal off the line.
All right, so last match of the week. Final home game for Sam Allardyce as the coach of West Brom. They lost 3-1 to West Ham. Jesse Lingard assisting Mikel Antonio. Sherwin, you're talking about Joe Willock all night. Can you stump up $45 million give me, and you're sure to get Lingard?
Age, brother, age.
Peak.
Make me kind of West Ham.
These are his peak years, boss.
He already has shares in Arsenal.
Brother, no bother with it, Ryan. No bother with it. Brother, listen to me. Make a deal with West Ham. I'm Ibala finishing football career on a high. You hear? No mention Arsenal name.
But he's at a club that is finishing higher than yours, so
that's fine. That's
they're
fine.
Getting a player from a bigger club.
Honestly,
let them repeat it next season.
Honestly, though, I don't want Lingard to go to Arsenal. I want the man to go play some European football, and Arsenal can't offer him that.
Yeah, he's used to that.
He's going to stay with West Ham. I think he loves the role that West Ham gives him to just be himself, and I think he find a new home. I can't see.
Man. So simple equation in a Lynch. Lingard plus around $20 to $30 million for Declan Rice. It should solve. Simple math.
Hey, you see the penalty with Declan Rice missed today?
Yeah.
West Ham game with the right?
Yeah, Sherwin, me not worry about that still. You know why? You won't be on penalty duties for United. So that's not my issue. But on that note though, he's a player that actually, like, some people were saying that he is overrated. Why? Because he's English. Exactly. I'm not think that most English players are overrated, but I don't agree with that. He's a player that has come on leaps and bounds, and Ryan also like him because he came through Chelsea Academy. That's part of the reason too. But if you look at him how he plays, this is a man that keeps the backline ticking, and a lot of United fans actually want man like Bissouma and Didi and all of them. But if you actually look at Rice, he's not a case of it.
A more modern type of DM. Rice is the more modern type of DM. The one that who can actually play, can collect the ball, beat a man, pass it, can also make a progressive pass.
Listen, my problem with the English baller them with a fame caliber is that they are so injury prone. Like you buy them and then play for you 3-4 times for this season, and then they injure again, and then then out for 2 months, then come back, then play 3 more games, then I get to fulfill them potential. And it has been a constant problem with the English ballers, apart from some
You
defenders.
think it's because you think it's because you watch English league more than other leagues? Why is that?
That could be a part of the reason. It can be, man, because Bones, say if you actually look at other leagues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some talent sometime, and you might say, player look like a good player, and I see when you actually start to follow him up, you actually see that on a regular basis. He's actually injured. Just like Julian Brand that you guys are chasing. And you can't tell me that Arsenal is not chasing him.
Who?
Arsenal Julian Brand from Dortmund.
Oh yeah. From long time. 3 seasons now we are chasing.
Alright, Brandt is a man that, as I said before, he has disappointed me because I expected him to have gone on further. But he's a man that gives you a good amount of games and then boom.
Yeah, when he was at Leverkusen, he would do that.
Even Sane at some point for Bayern is just the same. Give a couple of good games, Gnabry the same thing. So it doesn't
was like that too.
A Coleman. So I mean, it's not just an English thing though. All right, look at this season as well. Look at the season. Look at Mbappe this season.
Well, true.
Party
for Barcelona to probably play one game this season.
I don't know when that man is coming back. I just hope that he recovers from that injury because
I suppose he just one game he played. Like me never know. So I saw he injured it bad, like seriously,
Yeah.
Really, it's sad, man.
But soon we guys are going to talk about some international football. I'm just saving it for a while until that English team is announced, so we can delve into it. And it is said that it will be what? Either the 20th. Is either the 25th?
The Tuesday. Yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
The English team will be announced.
I know Trent will be.
I'm just waiting until their team is announced to discuss the international football.
Yeah, and the States start with that.
2021 champion.
Producer, please shut up.
Yo, listen to me. Levan, you're probably a younger age than me. But you see, if I know myself a follow football, me here say Liverpool are going to win the league. You see, if I know myself a follow football, me here say England are going to win World Cup. Them are going to win Euro. Them are going to win this.
Sherwin. Hear what? You see, if you want to figure out my age, you don't have to say I'm probably. Just flick your age around the other side and I'm
yeah, me know, man. Me know, but me don't want to spell you out. You get what me I say?
Well,
but what me I say is, forever me know myself. Eh?
It will be coming home this year, don't worry.
Yeah, we know it will come home. Every year it will come home.
So carry home.
So you're using the Liverpool analogy to say that England going to win it eventually.
Yeah,
right, boy?
that's why.
Oh,
but Sherwin, not Sherwin. I mean Ryan. You see, anytime you hear Josh Carl come out and say that England will bring it home, just know that you guys won't. That man, when it comes on to English prediction, is not good.
That's everybody.
English prediction.
That is everybody.
I wish World Cup then.
Hold on. You need to screenshot this.
Which one that?
Hold on, I get it. Never mind.
If England win Europe, me name me head and belt it out. Oh, this year. No, this is the Josh.
The man just said bad. So sharing bad in the comment section, producer says that if England win Euro, me name me head and belt it out. The man is joining over to the English side because the producer keep on saying that Lynch is an English fan, so Lynch don't agree with that.
Hey,
No, I'm not an English fan.
Josh, I look company. Anyways, Josh, me think I need to change, on a little logo from "It's coming home" to "It is home." Probably when we win that time there. Hey, and a 2006 World Cup then did to win with Frank Lampard and Gerrard and Jean Terry and them man. They never 2006 then did to win. Wayne Rooney and all of them man.
They weren't supposed to win it because guess what? They didn't win it. we don't talk about
golden generation.
This current generation is also a golden generation. So let's see what they do.
Yeah, because that the golden generation never too golden at all. Then it probably could be yellow. Never golden.
And on that note, this is we're going to call it a night on the show. Sure. But guys, thanks for sticking by us. As I mentioned throughout, we had a bump at the start where we had slated an interview with Harvey Liggins, but because of whatever reasons, as I said, slow flow, and then he had to reach home before curfew and all of that. He couldn't actually return back, but we'll have him back sometime soon. Just keep your fingers crossed because we here at Sports Friends, we don't do false advertisement. We don't do those things. We rather don't advertise it any at all than come and say, oh, he's going to be here, and he wasn't. But yeah, he showed up at the beginning, and as I said, as I started to ask him the questions, it just ended abruptly. And thanks to Josh Carl for coming through. The producer is what makes this possible. Spent a whole lot of time actually trying to sort this out the entire night. Thanks, producer, and thanks to Ryan, Chris, and Sherwin for being here. It was a blessing having you guys, and we're just now looking forward to the final match day of EPL 2020-2021 season. Let's hope that there will be lots of goals, but I won't get into it because we're going to have the show on Friday to discuss it all. And as for me, I'm just going to go now and just enjoy some basketball. I'm just going to watch Steph Curry that so-called GOAT. So just go and watch it now. Until next time, peace out to all our viewers. It was a pleasure having all of you with us. At one point, we had over 30 viewers, and I know that it would have been more if had Harvey been here, but nevertheless, your support here means a lot to us, and just stay tuned. Just keep on supporting us until we grow as I said, grow together. That's it. And till next time, peace out. Take care of yourself.